Good morning, everybody. It's Ray Gibson. And I thought it's been a while since I've made a blog over here on this channel. Um, I've been very busy on my other one, and I apologize for that. But I'm trying to think of an analogy to what exactly is going on with regards to getting my autobiography, book one of my autobiography, edited and published. But I can't really think of one. Can't think of an analogy to what's going on out there with regards to this. But I will say, there are people that are looking at this particular channel that aren't on my other channel, or they're not even Facebook users. So I thought I'd give you a little update about my life. On May 23rd of this year, I got my 35-year sobriety clean time medallion. So yes, I have been clean and sober longer than a lot of people have been alive. That whole, it was just a freaking miracle that even happened at the ripe age of 26, where I heard many stories where people had gone down further in their life than I did before I decided to get off the elevator at a higher floor. I did not have to go all the way to the bottom. I did reach an emotional, mental, spiritual bottom, but I didn't lose a lot of things. I didn't lose my job, my career. I didn't even have blackouts. So I remember every little crazy thing I did while under the influence of drugs and alcohol. I used to joke around with people that I got clean and sober with that I wish I had been a blackout drinker or somebody who just tuned out. Some of that stuff was embarrassing as hell, some of the things I did while I was under the influence. But as you would have it, I did not. And so I remember it all. It's in my book. It's in book one. And so I'll just use words that I'm familiar with using. I don't have a PhD in psychology. I don't have, all I have is a bachelor's degree in information technology. But I've done enough things in my life that have made me know things that without putting flowery words on them, because I was trained as a public speaker and for Landmark Education, and in that training they did not teach us to use powerful fancy words, but to speak from the heart, to learn how to tell a story, to move people through our stories and through the words we had to memorize to do introductions to the forum. In the very beginning of that, I had kind of sort of have my sights on being a forum leader that actually put on the forums. But when I found out what that was going to take, it's almost as much time as it takes to get a doctorate, to become a doctor, to become an attorney. We're talking 7 years of very intense training. And before that, you had to reach levels within that business you had to reach levels before you even were selected to become trained as a forum leader, who travel all over the world doing the forum for hundreds of people at a time. I think the first time I did it, that seminar, the forum, which is the first seminar that you have to do before you can take any of their other seminars, was there were 160 people in that forum. And it isn't the type of seminar that you do once and then you're fixed. It's not any kind of therapy. It's not any kind of seminar where you fix broken people. In fact, most of the people who do the forum already have a lot on the ball. In fact, if you're really too screwed up to do the forum, you can't do it. They won't accept you. If you can't emotionally, mentally handle the pressure of what goes on just inside of 3 days. So I've done the forum many times. I've done the forum with intimate partners. I've had people do the forum when I wasn't even present at the forum. But, so yeah, there were 3 other seminars that I had to do before I was qualified to become trained as a public speaker. And then that training itself took around 9 months, I think, but I wasn't certified as a public speaker the first time. So I became a coach for that, for the introduction to the forum, and I trained other people to become introduction to the forum leaders, which wasn't unfamiliar to me. What the places where I got stuck and the reasons why I did not graduate with the people that I was trained with was because I had some things that were going on in my head that just had me not wanting to in my head, it was a sales job. That's how come I got stuck, because I suck at sales. Okay, I'm a computer nerd. I talk to the equipment better than I had talked to people at that time. And so I was just stuck thinking, I believe in that seminar. I believe in all of their seminars, but I just couldn't get past this point where I was able to get other people to do it based on my training. So anyway, so yeah, I don't speak at the education level that I'm actually at. I don't even speak with the intelligence level that I really have. I won't tell everybody what my IQ is, but it's very, very high. It's, somewhere near a genius mark. So, but I'm glad that I didn't get, that I don't talk like a theologist, that I don't talk like I don't talk at a level where people have to try to figure out what I'm saying, because I'm articulate without using big words. When it comes to computers, that's where I can run people around trees and they will have no idea what I'm talking about. So, let me tell you what happened, what's happening that is going to help get my book published. Last Friday, or just before the weekend, last week, I got startup funding for a business, and I'm very excited about it. It just started out as a group on Facebook in July of 2017, and I maintained that group until some things went down on that platform. People were really trying to block what was going on in that group, but I still got this idea to make a business out of that group. I had that thought was in my head maybe a month or two after I started that group on that platform. So, barring getting through some errors that I'm having on the website for the Secretary of State of this state that I live in, my business, TMBLM, will become a nonprofit as soon as I get it registered and I get the paperwork back from them. And I'm so stoked because guess what this means? Number one, these publishers, editors, literary agents, all the people in that literary world will no longer be able to use the excuse that I'm an unknown. Because with this business, I will be known. The other part of what they've been telling me is that I'm a nobody, which just, look, I don't want to pull the race card on this channel, but I'm going to tell you that it has everything to do with me being a black man underneath being a transgender black man, that people are giving me these giving me the runaround when it comes to getting my book edited and published. So I'm going to take my business, using my business, my writing skills. It's not that I'm a bad writer, it's that I write the way that I speak, which is not like a professional journalist. That is why it has to be edited, the yin yang, to make it polished, to polish it. But in the literary world, the true publishers and editors, if they were serious about this story making the impact that I feel that it can make in this country, they would just they would make me, I would sign a contract with them to go ahead and edit the book, get it published, and they could take the money out of the royalties. See, they think that I don't know that there's a self-publishing world out there and a bunch of crook literary agents running all over the place that are charging people thousands of dollars up front to publish their own story without even editing it. They make the writers do all of the work. And then maybe they might get your book imprint into a publisher. Oh, I'm sorry, get your book to a publisher. These are the people that they have put between writers and the publishers, especially the big publishing companies out there. They don't, very few of them allow you to get to them directly, and the ones that do want you to submit your story to end up on a long list of writers to select your story to be published, edited, and published. So yeah, there's a bunch of competition out there. The only thing is there's no competition as far as my story is concerned. I mean, how many, I am the last living relative of Bob Gibson who was actually there during his reign. My mother is gone. My sister passed away last year, and I'm the only one left that has seen, who lived that lifestyle, lived that life from the inside out, looking out. So yeah, there's a lot of people who are, I don't know exactly what they are thinking. I can only speculate. But my feeling is there's just a lot of people who are somewhat not skeptical. I don't know exactly the word that I want to use, but they're reluctant to get this thing out onto the national stage. So I'm just going to make it happen myself. You know, God is amazing in my life. When I think that there's no door to walk through, he opens one. And that's exactly what he's doing with regards to my business, in regards to creating some bricks in order for me to step up and see a little higher and deal with people on a level that I know that I'm already at, but they don't know I'm at, that I'm on that level. But with a business name attached to myself, and some pretty cool people around that really want to see this happen, I'm probably going to come out onto the national stage as Bob Gibson's son without my book in my hand, in order to attract the attention of publishers, perhaps maybe there's even some black ones out there, and editors that would be interested in picking this up just based on publicity of me, who I am, without a book in my hand, and because I'm going to make it known that I am trying to get it published. At the same time, I'm going to definitely make mention in writing, on the radio, wherever I have to do it, that I am Bob Gibson's transgender son. I am his firstborn. I do have a brother, and my father remarried. So, but neither one of those were around during his heyday. They can't tell that story of what it was like to be in that life in the 60s and in the 70s. You know, they just weren't there. So I'm gonna, you know, between God, people who are interested in helping me open some doors. Hell, I'm opening doors without even doing it. I'm just doing it because I'm a hard worker, and I've never really accepted no for an answer. So, you know, no matter how many rejections I get, I'm just going to keep going and putting myself out there until I find a yes. That's just the way that I'm wired. I'm solution oriented. Yes, I get in my feelings. Yes, I get discouraged, but then I just pick myself, dust myself off, and go in another direction. So I just wanted to give everybody an update on where everything is with regards to my book. You know, I'm juggling a lot of things between getting this business going, finishing, making a dent in the second part of my story, which is the power of my story, of my autobiography. Between that, me making vlogs on 2 different channels, me being an international mentor where I mentor many people worldwide. All this stuff that I'm doing is gonna make an impact and make this happen. So everybody keep the faith out there for me. Put some good stuff out into the universe with me, and I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen, and people are gonna get to see my story in print sooner or later. So everybody have a wonderful Thursday, and I will update you as I see the need to do so. Everybody have a blessed week.